Hi, this is Mike Delacerda, and I do a lot of interviews at homes. And the reason that I'm making this video is because I see a lot of opportunity with applicants to do better. And just imagine the difference between getting hired and not getting hired was just if you had done 10% better, not 90, not 80, but just 10% better on the interview process. Wouldn't it be worth it to be able to have an advantage? So I'm going to give you some tips to help give you an advantage on the interview. Number one, in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, the very first habit is be proactive. So Stephen Covey says be proactive. So being proactive is better than being reactive. And so prepare yourself for an interview. In Chris Voss's book, Never Split the Difference, he says that in pressure situations, one never rises to the occasion, one always falls to their highest level of preparation. So be prepared and know the interview process can be stressful, so just be prepared. Study what product, what goods, what services that company offers, and look on the internet and you'll have tons of information, and prepare yourself. Spend that extra 40 minutes, an hour, 2 hours a day studying the company that you want to work for. And then when you go for the interview, look like you want to go for an interview. Have a couple of pens on hand. Have your ID on hand if that's important. And just be prepared. Dress for success. The old saying, if you want to last through the interview, LAST, you better look, act, sound, and think like a pro. LAST. Look like a pro, act like a pro, sound like a pro, think like a pro. And if you'll do that, you're going to set yourself to be in position for success. Now, one thing I always had in mind when you interview, you should have in mind, if you're getting interviewed, have your goal set in mind. One thing I ask every applicant, what's your goal today? And if they say not to make a bad impression, not a good response. If they say to make a good impression, not that much better of a response, because a lot of people make good impressions and don't get hired. So your goal should be to get hired. So if an interviewer says, what's your goal today? To get hired, and be compelling about it. I've had a gentleman tell me one time in an interview, he says, my goal today is that you will see that I am the reason that your company will have success now and in the future, and that when I leave, I have a job. That's my goal. And if you'll do that, it's amazing, absolutely amazing how important that will be to the interviewer. This old adage is people hire for their reasons, not yours. If you find out their reasons, then the opportunity for you to get a job is so much better. So don't say my goal is to not, someone told me one time in an interview, well, several times I've had people say to survive the interview, to not mess up in the interview. That really comes from a very limited mindset, because life is about stepping out there, having failures, learning, and getting better. So the thing, when you ask for the interview, be compelling and tell them what your goal is. My goal is to work for this company. Name the company by name. To get a job, okay, there's plenty of other jobs out there. And I've had good people that applied that just weren't quite good enough, and then they said they just wanted to get a job or not mess up in an interview. So be prepared and have a goal for the interview. And remember this, every company, no matter if it's a good or a service, they're looking for 3 things. Number one, they're looking for somebody that would fit well in their culture to get them the results that they want, to get them the gross profit that they have to have and need, and then to help retain customers for long term. So customer loyalty is so important, and if you'll speak to those 3 items, an interviewer is going to be very impressed, and you increase the chance that you'll be the one that gets that job and says, yes, we'll hire you. When can you start? I hope this helps, and look forward to hearing some great reports. Have a great day.